So that's the thought of the day. Be a professional, charge your margins the way you need to, charge the price, and really do a good job of identifying who your avatar is and what that customer needs to look like so you can have a great outcome in your company. Welcome to the Small Business Safari, where I help guide you to avoid those traps, pitfalls, and dangers that lurk when navigating the wild world of small business ownership. I'll share those gold nuggets of information and invite guests to help accelerate your ascent up that mountaintop of success. It's a jungle out there, and I want to help you traverse through the levels of owning your own business that can get you bogged down and distract you from achieving your own personal and professional goals. So strap in, adventure team, and let's take a ride through the safari and get you to the mountaintop. Hey everybody, it's Chris again, and welcome to Friday. And this is a mini episode that I am excited to talk about. This week, we talked to Dave Lupberger, who is Remodel Force, Clients for Life. Let me tell you a little bit about the background of the conversation we had with him. Dave's been in the remodeling business for a long time, seen it in Colorado, seen it in DC, and he really is helping contractors get better at what they're doing and get better at picking clients. So let's talk about that concept a little bit, because this is a good one for all of our companies to think about. How do you pick a great client? Do you have a great set of qualifying questions? Who is your target avatar? Once you figure out who that target avatar is, how do you go through selecting to make sure that you're going to be a good fit for them? You have to remember that we are professionals in our business. We are getting paid to provide either a service or a product. And by being a professional, we need to make sure that the customer, is informed, educated, and is a good fit for the service or product that we have. Not everybody is a great fit for everything you do. Now, when you're first getting started, you're trying to figure it out. We talked about the gut you have to have, especially if you're in the remodeling or the home service space. You have to realize that when we are working in people's homes, we are working on their number one asset. That may not be true in your business, but it's true in a lot of businesses, that when you're doing something for a customer, they really want to make sure that they value your service. And if they value your service and what you provide, and you do it in the way that you do as a professional, that you can get rewarded for it. And that's with getting the right money. What is the right money? Our right money is something that helps you as a strong business be able to absorb impacts and downturns. You have to know your margins, know your cost structure, and what can you charge to do a great job. I've mentioned this many times, but we've done a great analysis here at my company. Over the last 2 years, our highest remodeling job profits, the ones that we made the most money on as a company, had our highest client satisfaction scores. Our lowest client satisfaction scores were with our lowest job profit. And you can argue how it happened or what it went down with it, but it all came down to when we first started the project. There were red flags in almost every situation on a low profit job, and we whiffed. We did not pick it up. We didn't see that the person decided to change their mind or decided to provide their own supplies or their own materials, and it really threw us for a loop. As a professional, you know what your process is, and if you don't know what it is, say it out loud and get it out there, because your process is what makes you a pro. And if you know your process and you know what a great outcome is going to look like in your job or in your company or in your customer experience, then you know that you have to do things a certain way with your process to guarantee or at least minimize the risk of a bad outcome and guarantee a great outcome. So we can't always guarantee a great outcome, but we can definitely minimize the impacts of a bad outcome. Dave talks about clients for life. And one of the things he did that was really unique in the remodeling world is he would call the customer 11 months after the project was completed and said, I'd like to come out there and take a look and just go through a punch list and see if there's some items that we need to address. And so, of course, they would ask you to come out there. And while he was out there, he used that as setting them up for a client for life, because who comes back 11 months after the fact and says, let me just take a look free of charge and I will fix whatever needs to be fixed from what I'm looking at. And of course, a customer will enjoy that experience, and we will become the go-to person for that discipline that you are in. Now, for me, I'm talking in theoreticals and hypotheticals. So let's get down to brass tacks. For me in the home services space, to keep going back to a customer's house and doing work, we are their go-to guys. Whether or not I can do a concrete patio or I can do a concrete walkway, I can't. Whether I can't do roofing or gutters, I can't. I have great referral partners. So they ask me who to go to, and I in turn turn them on to somebody who I feel can do things just as professionally as we can. So that's the thought of the day. Be a professional, charge your margins the way you need to, charge the price, and really do a good job of identifying who your avatar is and what that customer needs to look like so you can have a great outcome in your company. Don't forget, we do a lot of training, and if you're enjoying this podcast, please go out there and rate, review, follow. If you know somebody else who would like to listen to this podcast, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to keep bringing the energy. Alan and I are going to keep bringing great guests on. We're going to keep bantering around, and hopefully you find this enjoyable. Drop me a DM on Instagram, customerservice.freak, and let me know what you think about the podcast. And if you want to hear another topic or maybe a guest that we can get on to help, go ahead and help us out and do that. I'd really appreciate that because I love getting the feedback that we've been getting here recently as our podcast has been picking up steam and we've been getting more and more followers. We're excited about that, and we want to hear more about what you have to say. So go out there, make it a great day, Adventure Team. And until next time, keep rising to the top of that mountain of success. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Small Business Safari. Don't forget to go out and rate, review, and follow me. And if you like this episode, go out and check out my other episodes, or check out my Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn for other great content. And remember, your positive attitude will help you achieve your higher altitude in the wild world of small business ownership. Until next time, make it a great day, Adventure Team.